If you've got a SaaS business and you're not quite happy with your growth and you want to get back to growing faster, it can be pretty overwhelming. There are a million different levers and knobs and dials that you can turn to actually accelerate growth or re-energize growth. And you never quite know which one to pull, which one to turn. I've been there. There was one time where ToutApp, we were coming off the heels of multiple years of triple-digit growth, and then bam, we just hit a wall. We tried too many things too fast. We spun out of control. We almost died. We found our way around. And what I learned was there's 3 very specific growth strategies that have worked consistently well to turn around stagnant or failing or stuck SaaS businesses. SaaS businesses are incredibly resilient. You just have to know where to push and what to turn to get it moving again. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 3 growth strategies that you can use today to actually re-energize and restart and kickstart growth for your SaaS business. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK, and on this channel, I help SaaS founders like you grow your SaaS businesses faster with an unstoppable strategy. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I drop a video like this with actionable strategies to grow 3 times a week. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon. That way you'll get notified every single time I drop an episode with the TK energy. Now, if you're already part of this community, if you're part of my SaaS go-to-market coaching program, welcome back. It's super awesome to see you over here. So there was that year where ToutApp almost died. That was my last SaaS business. And we had multiple years of triple-digit growth, and then we almost died, literally almost died. And my identity as a founder was tied to that business. My business was everything, and it was like haunting me. But I found a way to get help from the right mentors, get help from the right people, and we were able to turn the business around. We were able to actually get back to having our largest quarter in company history. We were able to get our metrics right. We were able to get to growing again, all because we started to get back to brass tacks, all because I sought out the help of some people that understood that SaaS businesses are incredibly resilient, and if you can revive them the right way, you can get back to growing again. In this episode, I'm going to dig into the 3 growth strategies. Oh, those 2? Third one. 3 growth strategies, 3 growth hacks that you can use to kickstart the growth of your SaaS business. These are brass tacks. These are very practical. You can put them to use. It doesn't require extra capital. So if you're excited to dig into these, go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. And let's go into principle number 1. So principle number 1, if you've got a stock business and you want to get growth going again, is the zoom in pivot. This also applies if you are seeing glimmers of product market fit, but you're not fully there yet. You're not quite sure why there's no kaboom, even though there's supposed to be a kaboom. It's not quite working. What you need to do is not pivot away completely. You need to do a zoom in pivot. The best zoom in pivot example that I can give you is Instagram. Before Instagram became Instagram, Instagram was 50 different things. They had a whole bunch of features. Camera was one of them. Filters was one of them. But they had a whole bunch of other stuff built around it. But what they found was the most popular thing, the most interesting thing was this part where you took a picture and put a filter and made it look good and it went on. Instagram. And when they zoomed in, pivoted into that, everything changed. The same was true for ToutApp and the broader sales engagement space. If you think about sales engagement in the early days, we were email templates, we were tracking, we were calling, we were reports, we were updating Salesforce. It was like a whole bunch of stuff. But ultimately, only one thing mattered. How do I send 10 touches to a lead and convert them from a lead to an opportunity? How do I actually reach out to someone cold through 10 touches, phone, email, social, and convert them to a real opportunity? It's all that mattered. And when companies zoomed in and pivoted into that specific thing, growth accelerated. The message became simpler, the value prop became simpler, everything got easier, and therefore, with that singular focus, more people bought. So chances are, if your SaaS business is stuck, there's a part of it that's still working well. Find your happiest customers, find the most used features, find the thing that seems like a toy, seems dumb, but is actually the true value your SaaS business is bringing, and double down on that. And if you do that, then you're doing a zoom in pivot and everything is going to come together beautifully for you. Now, I didn't invent the phrase zoom in pivot. Eric Ries did. Eric Ries is the godfather of lean startups. He was also an investor at ToutApp, incredible person. So if you want to learn more about zoom in pivots, go check out his books. Just Google Eric Ries. We'll also link to it below. The second principle is to double your pricing. Literally, this is not complicated, and I told you this is not gonna cost you any extra money. Just double your pricing. Through the history of ToutApp, we went from charging $30 a month to $49 to $79 to $125 a month. Literally, $125 a month per seat. That's what we were charging. We started at 30. We kept doubling our pricing, and it turned out that yes, we added to the platform, we made it more robust, but people were willing to pay a lot more for our product because of the value they were getting. Now, in a subsequent video, I'm going to be talking more about value-based pricing and how to create that. So if you want to learn more about that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon, that you'll get notified when I launch that video. But the most important thing for you to do is actually think about how to double your pricing. That's super important. I bet you are undercharging for your product. In fact, you probably are undercharging for your product. So if you can find a way to actually repackage your product, rethink your pricing strategy, align it to the value they're gonna get, create an ROI calculator, then you'll be able to kickstart growth again with the customers that are already coming in through the door. Now, before I go into principle number 3, let me just pause here for a second. If you're starting to think about ideas already on how you can zoom and pivot, how you can raise your prices, because of the zoom and pivot, how everything can become a lot simpler, and therefore you can kickstart growth again, can I just get a yes in the comments below? That way I know you're with me and you're getting value. It just means the world to me and my team. I just like seeing comments from you. And smash that like button if you haven't already. By the way, if you want a proven framework to follow to actually build out your growth strategy to kickstart growth, I invite you to check out my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. More details on that at the end of this video. I'll also link to it below. But let's go to principle number 3. Principle number 3 is double down on your one growth engine. Here's the thing. If you have some revenues in your SaaS business, chances are you begged, you pleaded, you got mom to buy, you got a whole bunch of things going to try and get to that revenue. But one thing we find counterintuitive as you grow is you think you're supposed to add more, but it's actually not true. Great companies that drive faster growth coalesce into one growth engine. So there's a very specific way you can actually find out what your one growth engine is. The one that is delivering the best results, the one that is yielding the best results. What you need to do is actually find out how to get into that one growth engine. If you can do that, then you'll be able to grow faster, compounding the other two things, changes you've done in your business. You want to learn more about how to find your one growth engine? I did this video that you can check out where I go into detail on how to actually diagnose your business and find your one growth engine. To recap, there's 3 principles to kickstart growth again. Number 1, do a zoom and pivot. Number 2, double your prices. And number 3, find your one growth engine and double down on it. Now, before someone writes a comment, there's always someone that writes a snippy thing like this. It's like, this is obvious. Yes, this is obvious. Building SaaS businesses does not require a PhD. It doesn't. What it requires is discipline. What it requires is courage to do the hard things. What it requires is to not give up. What it requires is for you to press on, look at the data, make the decisions. That is where great SaaS businesses are created. It doesn't need complicated strategies. You don't need a PhD. You need discipline. That's what you need. So are these fairly straightforward? Yeah. Is there an art to doing these? Yes. Is there some nuances on how you actually do a zoom and pivot? Sure. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. And what I encourage you to do is actually figure out how you can employ these 3 principles to actually kickstart the growth of your SaaS business. If you got value from this video, please smash that like button. It would mean the world to me and my team. If you got value, please comment below. Even if you think these are too obvious and these are terrible, tell me, like, I actually mean that. I want to hear from you. I want to engage with you. I'm happy to have a dialogue and a debate. So share your comments below. I respond to every single one, I promise. At least right now I do. Maybe that might change, but right now I respond to every single comment. I drop a video like this 3 times a week, so be sure to the subscribe button and that bell icon, that way you'll get notified. If you have a founder friend, if you have a team that's going through this, please share this video with them. It'll mean the world to us. And also, if you want to follow a step-by-step proven framework to build out a growth strategy for your business, to drive more growth, to figure out what your one growth engine is, how to do a zoom and pivot, and even get your pricing right, then I invite you to check out my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. It's a proven framework that you can follow step by step along with my coaching to drive growth for your early stage SaaS business. Now, the better the fit, the better the results. It's not for everyone. So go to tkcater.com/GTM or follow the link below, tkcater.com/GTM. And you'll get all the details on the program along with a link and an application to fill out so we can get on a call and figure out if I can help you. And lastly, remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business, but when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode. I'm running out of batteries, so let me plug this in. Hopefully that helps. How do we close on this?